They have to know.
You're welcome back to the last leg of Wednesday's Daily Rundown. This is the part of the show that I don't even know what's really going to happen next. We're going to take a look at some of the more unusual stories that have been making the news today. So, pub opening hours will be extended on the 10th and 11th of June to mark the Queen's 90th birthday. The measure is designed to be part of a weekend of national celebrations to coincide with the monarch's official birthday. The weekend festivities will start with a service of Thanksgiving at St Paul's Cathedral on the 10th, attended by the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh. And I know Steve's going to be at the front of the queue there for the celebrations.
Of course,
aren't you?
yeah, with my little flag.
How does that sound to you as a party?
Load of surf. I don't know about the party, but it's just like serfdom, isn't it? Oh,
90.
you lucky people, you can go to the pub.
Do you think
Clean
so?
the streets and go to the pub. That's yeah, it's patronising.
What about you, Dave?
Well, the pub thing makes no difference to me because I hardly have one pint a week.
Well,
but I shall.
Would you save your pint for the Queen's birthday?
Yes, I will be having that.
Your
I won't be
Queen,
having it
David.
at 11
Cheers.
o'clock at night. I'll have a glass of wine for the Queen's birthday.
You'll have a glass of
yes,
wine.
And I was an ex-Republican who's become a monarchist. And mainly because it suits me. And I have no objection to the royal family at all.
I can take them or leave.
I think the Queen is vastly entertaining and I like her. She does the job really well. And her husband has he's very witty.
Almost questionably
virulent racist. Links to the Nazi party.
And Charles is a fascinating character
Yes.
too. And then you've got the young princes. So,
You can't fault the princes, though.
but as for this celebration, I'm not against
dear
it.
mother.
90, I mean, it's some age. It's some age for
She's
her to
90,
get to. She's going to be 90.
She's going to live to be 110.
She deserves, I think, people to raise a glass. Do you not think? You won't be?
Not that. I mean, yeah, anyone who gets to 90, fair enough, but that's as much as you're going to get out of me.
What happens when she gets to 100? Does she get a letter from herself?
Yeah, that's right.
How does that work? They kind of take the joy out of it.
It's a letter from oneself.
Well, maybe we'll just arrive automatically. I'm sure she hand signs them all. Let's go to our next one. This one's cuter. It's National Puppy Day, which means we're celebrating all the cutest pets in the world, and we've made you a little video of some cute puppies. This is exactly how we need to finish the show. Let's see this video. Oh.
Cats are the cutest pets in the world.
I agree.
You like? I mean, look at that
This
lovely
makes a
little
change,
face.
though.
You should see Hakim, the cat at the Mediterranean Cafe. It's very good.
I'm just.
They are
you're
cute.
not,
They are cute, but you have to walk them, and they make more mess than
Are
cats.
you a cat person?
I'm a cat person.
Are you a cat person?
I'm neither
also?
because my mother hated pets. But my father did at one point when he was very young, about 1920, because he grew up on a farm, trained police dogs.
Okay.
So
Did
we
they
were
bring them back
in
to
with
you?
the government from the beginning.
Do you know, we're very mistrustful of people who don't like animals, like you just said your mum does, aren't we? It's kind of
the
like
hares.
if you say, "Do you like a dog?" No. Well, you must like a cat. I'll accept it if you like a cat. It's not my ideal, but isn't this the way we're programmed these days?
Well, cats are cute. and
Or we
they're funny.
identify with animals a lot. We got more in common with them, obviously, than we really account for. And that's why I don't eat them, boys and girls.
Are you vegetarian?
Certainly am.
Oh, right. Okay, that's interesting.
Vegetarian or vegan?
I'm vegan, but I've fallen off a wagon sometimes.
It's hard. It's a very hard lifestyle to maintain, I think, though, to be a vegan.
I think it can be a hard lifestyle, but I don't like admitting it because it makes it look bad.
Right.
And all my animal rights friends now are throwing things at the screen if they're watching.
But you are a vegetarian.
Oh,
You don't eat meat. And
absolutely.
is that for an animal rights issue?
It's for animals, it's for the
Sustainability,
planet,
yeah.
it's the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it is something. I was vegetarian for a really, really long time. I mean, literally from 14
Right.
to about 27, actually, or something like
Then
this.
you had a hamburger, right?
And no, do you know? I don't know. I just wasn't. I felt like I needed a health overhaul, and somebody suggested I try paleo diet, which is literally the opposite.
Are you
of
still at
vegetarian.
that now?
No, I'm not on paleo, but I do eat some meat now.
Right.
But I just when I started the paleo diet, which is again a lot of meat, I felt super healthy.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
I
felt
won't be.
super healthy.
I won't be finding out.
But in my heart, I kind of feel like I would actually rather maintain a vegetarian lifestyle.
You could probably go back to it. I'm
I
not an
could.
evangelist because I don't believe evangelism works in our culture, but it's certainly something that I'm passionate about.
It's never been easier though, right? You know,
Absolutely,
we're so aware, nutritional. David, I feel like you're just going to walk out of here and get a rasher sandwich or something.
No, to be honest, I was vegetarian for many years, and then people started inviting me over for dinner when I moved to London, and so I couldn't say I'll take everything.
That's
except
another
You know about
Hassle.
Genesis 1:28, don't you?
Hassel.
Genesis, the book of Genesis.
Yeah, the book of Genesis,
What's it
128. It lays out the diet for man, or humankind, and it's all vegetarian. It's all raw food, vegan, basically.
My editor at the Jewish media agency, Richard Mather, he has written about that.
Israel has the highest proportion of vegan restaurants per capita in the world.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Try the Israeli breakfast. That's great.
But the way we've taken this as well, ultimately, happy Puppy Day, because it's about Puppy Day.
Happy Puppy
Cute
Day,
little puppies. But who wins? Puppies or kittens?
For me, kittens, but that's
Puppies or
the internet
kittens?
for you.
Cats.
Yeah.
Baby cats?
Cats, any cat.
All cats.
All cats.
The independence, right? It's the independence of a cat.
Yeah, and it's
I like both. How long would it take a vampire to drain a person's blood and make a swift getaway, leaving its victim alive and minimally damaged? That's one of the odder questions we've possibly asked here. A team of university students recently combined vampire lore with the study of fluid dynamics, the physics of how liquid behaves, to find out. The students determined that it would take 6.4 minutes for a vampire to lap up 15% of someone's blood. That's about 1.6 pints. The publishing of the findings was timed to commemorate the 85th anniversary of the classic vampire film.
Dracula.
Of course.
1931.
I thought it was going to say
1931.
Nosferatu, but
That was 1922.
Yeah,
knows his stuff.
I've actually seen that.
They're both.
very-
Dracula's a laugh, but Nosferatu is a great film.
But that is it silent?
Nosferatu is silent.
Yeah.
Dracula was 1930 early sound, and it's the first one based on the novel. They didn't have the rights with Nosferatu.
On the actual novel. But I mean, the Nosferatu, I just remember that being one of the scariest images of that's ever been put out there, I think, of Dracula. Well, it is Dracula, isn't it?
Dracula. You know, my favourite Dracula is actually the Christopher Lee one, the Hammer Horror one, 1957.
it's based on Vlad the Impaler, isn't it?
Yes, I believe. And there's another one I'd recommend.
Who's a very dark
Vampire,
character.
1931, Carl Theodor Dreyer. That's a wonderful film.
I'm not very. I mean, students bringing up a fun story, absolutely fine. But I don't like to sound old-fashioned or whatever. But there's something about the obsession with occult, undead stuff that makes me go a bit. Zombies and vampires. What's that all about?
And it had a big sort of a rebirth, I guess.
What's it about?
The last 5 or maybe 10 years.
It's an absolute obsession.
Walking
and I
Dead,
don't
loads of zombies programs, loads of zombie films. True Blood, I think, was a
culturally, what's putting it out
What
there?
are you
What's the
obsessed
appeal?
There was a book
Explain
called
it to us,
Religion and
David.
the Decline of Magic by Keith Thomas. It's
Right.
a great book, and it talked about how in the Middle Ages people were very superstitious and did spells and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
As Western civilization collapses, we're retreating back into these primitive things.
Really?
Well, it's not necessarily
just
because it's quote primitive doesn't mean there's nothing to it.
I
was listening to someone today talking about the Fae actually, and they believed in the Fae and the fairies and all that kind of stuff. To me, I'm almost kind of skeptical of it because I wonder if there's actually something to it, which might sound a bit Catholic or a bit superstitious or whatever. But I just don't like. There's something murky about it.
The obsession.
Yes.
Do you think maybe it goes back to, I don't know, well, obviously just some kind of elements of immortality to it, however horrific and gruesome. You know.
Would you want to come back as a
I don't really
vampire?
want to come back as a maybe a vampire. Some of those.
There's a way around that anyway with Hinduism and stuff.
If you want to go down that road.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've definitely kind of made the vampire very sexy over the years, though. The zombie, not so much.
Bela Lugosi was, in fact, the women loved him.
Right.
Well, that's what the whole Twilight thing is getting young girls into this idea of, it's very peculiar, isn't it?
It is when you put it like that.
There's a sexual politics or a sexual culture thing going on there that needs a bit more looking at. Because if my 11 and 12, I don't have a daughter, but if I had an 11, 12-year-old daughter who was it's all fun, Steve, shut up, it's only this and that, no, it's all good books and they like it. Well, is there more to it?
Look, I mean, there's a violent element of it. There's a super violent element of it, of course. I mean, like draining a body of its blood.
Yeah.
But yeah, the zombie hasn't had as favourable a makeover. Sure, it hasn't. It's still pretty. It looks like it smells bad.
Because the later zombie films are all crap. The original ones, Romero, especially one in the shopping mall, they're great.
Well, this is why if I go to a cinema though that's in a shopping mall, I don't want to be there.
Now they're just not well made.
It's all those films that if you go to a shopping mall where there's a cinema and you come out and all the shops are shut because your cinema was late. I want to get out of there really quick because of all those films. I'm a product of that genre.
Traumatizes you on some level, doesn't it?
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
But you're afraid of zombies.
I know a song
No, I'm
about
not afraid.
Right.
of anything.
I know a song about that.
But you, but you will be. You're afraid of zombies, though. Yeah, the zombie hasn't got as much of a kind of a.
But it's actually
nice
more
look in.
ubiquitous, arguably. So who's putting this forward? Who says let's do a zombie film? Why?
People love them. I mean, it has to be. I mean, David, come on, you're our film guy. People
Yeah.
love zombie films, right?
Yes, they do. But
Remember, 28 Days, all different imaginings of it.
I mean, originally there were the 2 or 3 in the 70s, and then it's just taken off. And there have been a lot of B pictures. There were sequels to those, and then there's the Italian horror versions.
Oh,
and 28
yes.
Days Later, all of that stuff.
And there was that Spanish one that was it called Wreck, where the hand obviously the handheld device kind of.
I'm not like some people I know in London. I'm not a zombie expert, but it's a genre that's
In the Tory party.
it's a genre that's been overdone. I think they should come up with something else. Now.
It's enduring.
And they're all the same. They're either fast or slow.
Yeah, I hate those.
It's
fast,
either
those,
like that or
those
it's
frantic. They were the 28 Days Later ones, I think. Gentlemen, we've run out of time, but thank you so much
Thanks for having us,
for being here this evening. It's been brilliant.
Pleasure.
And thank you to you at home, my lovely guests, David Semple and Steven Durrant. We're back again tomorrow night for another Daily Rundown. Please join us then. Until then, have a very good evening.